Really, this is a tough divisional back-to-back that you guys have coming up. How do you kind of just throw away last night and refocus and get to work on what you got to do?
Yeah, I don't know if it's necessarily throwing away last night as much as we got to learn from last night and get back to the level of basketball we want to play at. So certainly we're walking into a back-to-back. One home, one away against two really good teams. You've got to handle the first game first against Portland. And hopefully we can make some significant improvements from yesterday.
When teams are going out of their way to keep Steven off the offensive board, like it seemed like Phoenix was really trying to do last night, how do you counter that?
Yeah, I mean, Steven does such a good job. They do a really good job with their speed and quickness. Phoenix are fast breaking, so certainly wanted him to go to the glass, wanted him to go rebound, but he's got to find different ways to get through there, get position. Sometimes the best opportunities to offensive rebounders is in dribble penetration and the ball getting into the paint, where a lot of times the bigs have got to help and it frees him up. Not entirely maybe against a guard to rebound. So sometimes, the more ways to get offensive rebounds is more deep paint shots. Sometimes perimeter jump shots are hard to rebound, especially if they're going to be long rebounds.
So was it almost more on, like, is that less on Steven and just more on the situation?
Yeah, I mean, I just always evaluate Steven just trying to make the effort to go. There's times he can keep balls alive. There's times he can go grab some of those rebounds, and there's times he can't. Sometimes the ball doesn't bounce in the right area of the floor. Sometimes he doesn't have great position. My biggest thing is his mind or his intentions to go offensive rebound. That's what you want him to be. And he's done a really good job of that. But also, we've said this before, Steven's one player, to do it, but you don't want to have so many guys support in there where your transition defense is really in a vulnerable situation.
Did Andre practice today?
No, he did not. He did not practice today.
And Alex came through fine after those minutes.
He practiced today, so he seems like he's fine. I really didn't get a chance to talk to the medical staff today, other than the fact that they give me an update who's available, who's not available, and he said he was going to be available. So I'll get a chance to talk and find a little bit more of how he's progressed. I really don't know much now, and probably have more information this afternoon.
Do you know about Andre tomorrow yet?
I don't. My feeling would be is that he's out. I didn't get any indication from them. Hey, listen, let him rest in practice. He'll be ready to go tomorrow. So my feeling is he is out. But I also want to be fair because I haven't really talked to anybody. No one's really basically told me that he's definitely out, can't play. But my guess is right now just that in talking to them that he'll be out of the game tomorrow.
Billy, it's been 2 months since you've seen Portland. It's just the beginning of the season. When you look kind of at the evolution of your team from then to now, what stands out to you, either end of the floor?
Yeah, I mean, it's hard to really look at some of those games that early in the year. You know what I mean? There's just so much time's passed by, and I think everybody, for the most part, gets better and improves. Obviously, they've had to deal with some injuries as well. We've had to deal with some. So, but they're a group that's got a lot of familiarity with one another. They've played with each other. So I think our guys understand who they are as a team and their identity and how they like to play. But we'll have to do a really, really good job defensively, with their backcourt and where they rebound the ball. But I think they're probably totally different than they were when the first time we played them.
I was actually thinking about your team.
Yeah, I think we've gotten better. We've gotten better. We're a different team too. I think everybody's goal this time of year, is to look at where maybe they started training camp and see the significant strides or improvements they've made. So I think we've gotten better. We've improved.
Seems like Portland will test you in a lot of the ways that Phoenix hurt you last night with the second chances and then your rotations to the three-point line.
Yeah, no question. And I think part of the reason, the three-point line last night, the ball went in the basket. But at the same point, too, I thought we let the ball get too deep on pick-and-roll coverage. Let it get too deep in penetration, put us in rotation and scramble situations. The ball got to the middle of the floor. We didn't funnel it where it needed to go, well enough. And then through that, giving them the number of threes that they took, they obviously made 17, which was a huge factor in the game.
What do you think of Terrence's road trip being kind of thrust into the starting?
Yeah, I mean, I was really impressed with him after the Laker game, just going back to back, playing against the Clippers, new team. Obviously, kind of an incredible performance by him shooting the basketball. You never know how a guy's going to respond being young, and I got a lot of confidence in him competitively. He just kind of doesn't get too high, doesn't get too low, pretty consistent. But playing against Booker last night and getting a chance to play against a different kind of player than maybe he's played, and I think he'll get more and more familiar with the league. I thought the biggest thing he can really make improvements on is I thought he fouled too much last night, and particularly fouled jump shooters.
If Alex is playing tomorrow night or his minutes gets increased, what do you have to see from him here in these next few games?
Yeah, I think it's been hard for Alex. In fairness to him, I think starting training camp and missing a significant amount of training camp, battling some injuries here the last couple days, having different issues during the course of the season where he's been in and out. There really hasn't been any consistency for him. I don't think he's in rhythm. Physically, he's still trying to get back to where he was maybe a year ago. I think for people that watched him play last year, they can see that he's not really physically the same level he was at. I have confidence he'll get back to that level, but he needs some consistency of being able to play for a period of time here where he can get his legs back under him and can get his conditioning back under him. And the only way he's going to do that is by practicing and by playing.
Anybody else? Thanks, Coach.
Thank you, guys.